What is the number one obstacle that many people have when starting an online business? Hello there, this is Rifat Abu Hassan from Life Solution Influencer. If this is the first time for you on my channel, I talk about online entrepreneurship, how to make money online and generate passive income so that you can have the lifestyle that you desire. So make sure to subscribe to get all of the updates on the upcoming videos. So with that being said, let's dive in. So for many people, what comes in mind really when talking about this subject is to talk about the right tools and strategies that makes us a successful business. But what I'm going to talk to you about today is something different. And that is this little thing between the ears here. It's the mindset, the way of thinking and personal belief around a certain things that makes us do what we do. This is an area that I personally struggled with in the past and still working on it because it's an ongoing process that we get better at over time. What makes it challenging is that mindset is something that is driven by our environment, which is what we learned and been programmed throughout our life. That's from our parents, relatives, friends, schools, and society. For example, for most of us, we are driven by certain beliefs, such as in order to be successful, we need to go to school, have great marks, and then find a job that pays well, and then retire peacefully. Although statistics shows that the majority of the retired people within the US have between $3,000 to $12,000 to their name after retirement. And that way of thinking, my friend, does not make a successful business owner. So if you want to move to a higher level in life and be successful, you have to let go of the old way of thinking and adopt new ones, such as how we think about money, which is for many people, talking about money is maybe considered rude or being greedy because of the negative association to it. For many people, having more money means being alone or selfish, or basically being different. And this might not be necessarily thought about directly, but it's fixed in the subconscious mind and prevent us from taking action and taking control of our financial life. In other words, it's programmed and fixed in our minds. There's a nice quote by T. Harv Eker that says, "The lack of money is never ever a problem. A lack of money is merely a symptom of what's going on underneath." So if you are currently not where you want to be financially, it means there is something that you just don't know or something that you never learned before, because basically the people who taught you didn't know either. It's your programming that leads to your results and define the future. And it all starts of the way we think. That's why it's very important to watch your thinking, because it will become feeling, and watch your feeling because it will become actions, and watch your actions because it will become the results and define your future. And that's why it's very important to adopt new thinking, if you haven't already, of course, in order to have the lifestyle that you desire. In my journey in developing my personal mindset, I learned that it's not enough to be in the right place and at the right time, but you need to be the right person first, in the right place, at the right time. So when it comes into money and financial freedom, some people won't have that internal capacity to create and hold on to a large amount of money, and to deal with the, of course, the increased obstacles that comes with it, because that's how it is, right? More money means more obstacles on the way. And that's the primary reason why they can't have much money. Now, there are three simple, essential steps to change and to reprogramming your financial blueprint. The first one is awareness. Awareness of the problem and its presence, to be aware that it's affecting your current and future life. And this can be challenging for some people because basically they are being frank and sincere to themselves of the vulnerability they have. But it's very important to be aware of it because you can't really change something without knowing that it really exists. The second one is understanding. Understanding where is your thinking at and recognizing that it all developed and influenced by the outside world. The third thing is disassociation. So once you acknowledge and understand that this way of thinking does not represent you, separate yourself from it and let it go. And this is not an easy thing because we were programmed for a long period of time to think and feel in a certain way that is driven by emotions and feelings such as fear or anger or disbelief that we can do such thing. So these steps are simple but are really powerful in reprogramming your old thoughts and adopt new ones and have a new way of thinking and focusing on financial abundance instead of financial scarcity. Because guess what, guys? Whatever you are focused on, you will get more of it. It's just a law of life. If you focus on having money for joy for yourself and your loved ones, you will have more joyful days. If you focus on saving money just to be ready for a rainy day, you will get more rainy days. If you focus on having financial freedom to give and help others obtain happiness instead of trying to prove yourself, you will have money flow and fulfillment like you never had before. Remember, nothing has a meaning except for the meaning you give to it. And that's why it's very imperative to choose your thoughts and your beliefs wisely. Another important thing to say here is that rich people focus on what they want and the poor people focus on what they don't want. And I talked about this in a previous video on the cash flow quadrant and how different people under each quadrant have different mentality. So check the link that will appear on the screen right now to see a full explanation on that. But generally speaking, rich people focus on making, not keeping. They focus on investing their money in assets to create cash flow, while the poor people focus on spending on clothing and cars and luxury items. I personally know some people who have dozens of shoes in their closet and 6 cell phones, while they basically can't pay their bills because they focus on the things that give them pleasure on the short term. There is a nice and simplified concept by T. Harv Akers on the importance of the mindset, where he called it actually the tree of life. So if we draw a tree with some branches and some roots here, and if we have those small dots are our results, which are the fruits. So as you can see here, these fruits are kind of small and not the real quality that we want. So in this case, we tend to focus most of our time and effort and energy into making them better without paying attention to the source of the problem, which is the roots that provide all the nutrition and water into making those fruits better. Because it's the underground part that gives us the above ground and the results that we want. It's the invisible part that governs the visible part. And that's how everything in nature operates really, including ourselves. So understand this. The main key to own your business is to have the right thought and the right mindset. So that's what I have for you today, guys. And by the way, many of the things that I mentioned to you today came from this book, The Secret of the Millionaire Mind by T.R. Baker. It's really a good book. I really recommend that you go and read it if you haven't already. So I hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you like this video, please share with me your thoughts by leaving your comments on the description below and by sharing it with others. Also by hitting that thumbs up, because it really helps the channel. And thank you guys for watching. This is Rifat Abu Hassan from Life Solution Influencer. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.